Well, good morning, everyone. Day 21 of this journey to lose 150 pounds. We got a lot to go. I can't believe it. It's already been 21 days. It's crazy. Feeling pretty good this morning. Yesterday I ended up only eating the one meal at lunch. So at this point it's been, like almost 20 hour, like a 20-hour fast. And interestingly enough, my lumen measurement was a 2, not a 1. So it's not fully burning fat, but it's still a 2, which means that we're still in fat burn. If you don't know what I'm talking about or what lumen is, you can check out yesterday's video where I basically explain what it is. But it's really quickly, it's a device that measures your metabolism in the mornings and basically gives you an idea of what your body is doing. Is it burning carbs? Is it burning fat? And then gives you a target for your diet for the day, like what macros do you, how many carbs, how many fats, how many grams of protein. So that's kind of what I'm doing to decide like how much I should eat. But yeah, no, I'm not sponsored by Lumen. I paid for everything myself. It's just the tool that I'm using. So that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. But yeah, day 21, today the lumen gave me, it basically made it into a low carb day. I don't know exactly how that works. I figure I'd have, since I've been in fat burn every morning for a while, I thought it would give me a little more carbs for today. Of course, always hoping, but it's okay. We're good. So also, my weight was way down again, another 1.5 pounds from yesterday. So, we're doing the zigzag. We're getting to that point where now it's not just crazy weight loss day after day, but like we went up a little bit yesterday, we're down a lot today, and you know how it goes. For breakfast today, we're gonna try to have another nutritious shake. That's what we're trying to do, get a lot of nutrients in the morning. And so let's get into it. We'll take a look at what we're having for breakfast this morning, what's going into the shake, and then we'll look at the final numbers for breakfast. All right, be back in a bit. Okay, and we're getting started with the big 3 from Huel. Some of you have asked me why I'm doing like some of these shakes and some of these packaged foods as opposed to just, making food from scratch and, having fresh whole foods, which, yeah, it would be ideal. This process, especially this starting out, and, this is not the first time that I've done this, is usually very difficult for me. I get very overwhelmed very quickly, and that's when everything just goes to shit, and I, go off the deep end. And so when I found this Huel company, I think what resonated with me was, and again, I'm not sponsored by Huel either. I pay for all of these. Maybe they should send me some free shit because I'm promoting their brand. But what I discovered was that it just makes it a little bit easier. Like in that particular, this is tricky because obviously everybody's different, but there is one particular moment at some point in the day, like in the mornings or before you're eating or something, there's one moment when your brain is going like, you know what, fuck it, let's just go to Mickey D's. And the fact that this is supposed to be nutritious, yes, it is processed, but it's supposed to be nutritionally complete. I've looked into the science of the company and it seems reasonable. And it's just, that little bit of convenience that gets you right over that, that hurdle that could be the difference between, I know, and it would be as simple as like, just make some fucking eggs and bacon, or, you know, something like that. And yeah, and I'm sure that we will get to that point also. But it's just that little bit of convenience that gets me right over that hurdle where it's just like everything could go to shit, or we could set ourselves up for like a better day. And it's supposed to be nutritionally complete. So, you know, having all the vitamins and micronutrients and minerals and all the amino acids and, you know, all that stuff. And so I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of this whole thing, but for right now, it just works. It helps me mentally. And I think that that's the biggest thing. I think psychologically, this just sort of gets me over that initial hurdle that might set me up for a better day. And so if you're struggling with the same thing, if you're not, great, that's fantastic, because you're doing it absolutely right. But if you're finding that sometimes the thought of like, oh, cooking, or I don't know how to cook, or, you know, like anything like that, finding something that is convenient enough makes all the difference on the days that you're feeling absolutely shitty. If you're feeling great and you can go for it, fine. But I've learned that over the years, that I need to prepare for the worst days, you know, because if you can get through it on your best days, perfect. But can you get through it on your worst days? And that has been key for me. Especially this time that I'm starting for the last time. You know, we're losing the weight and not, you know, going back up as we have for decades at this point. So finding that one thing that is just convenient enough that on your worst days you can still do it. And that's why we're doing this. All right, that's my spiel for today. Let's get into this. Let's take a look at what we're doing. We're doing 15. We're going to try to make it a little bit smaller because, again, I keep having a lot of volume and I want to really keep it as contained as possible. So we're doing 15 grams of the gluten-free Huel powder. Oh, I need to get a scoop. All right, let me get some scoops, get ready, and I'll be back. Okay, so we're doing 15 grams of this gluten-free powder. So let's zero it out and let's go 17. Okay, it's a little more than we wanted. Gluten-free, no big deal. 15 of the black edition. So this is basically similar, but less carbs, a little more protein, but technically same amount of nutrients. So let's do 15 of this. $11, $16. Okay, fair enough. Of the black edition, and then we're doing 20 of the daily super blend, and then this one is more just like having all the like superfoods and, you know, all that stuff that's supposed to be really good for you. We're doing 20 grams of this guy. 15, 17, 19. Yeah, that's correct. 20. There you go. Perfect. Okay, let's blend these guys before they get a little too chunky, and I'll come back for some of the other supplements. Okay, so now we keep going with all the little supplements and things that we're doing just to pump this up a bit. Okay, first thing that we're doing is 20 grams of the complete protein. So this is basically, there's another product from Huel, basically like a vegan protein shake. And so we're doing 20 grams of this. We zero it out. And let's see what we get. 13, 15. Come on. 23. This exact science is not very exact. Okay. 23 grams. Now we go for MCT powder. This is medium chain triglyceride. I always have trouble saying that. Which is basically really healthy fats made from coconuts that somehow they turn into a powder. I don't know how they do the sorcery, but it happens. Okay, so 20 grams of this. And this is supposed to give us really healthy fats. 20, there we go. Okay, we keep going. Now we're gonna do 5 grams of the cocoa powder from Brian Johnson, which again is supposed to be really healthy. And just a little bit, I don't know if it makes a big difference, but why not? I have it, let's use it. So we're doing 5 grams. 7 grams apparently. Ooh, I'm off today. Can't seem to get it right. Okay. Clean this baby. Okay. 7 grams of cocoa powder. And then we're doing 1 serving of the Flexi Joints. This is also a supplement to help with joint health. Because, you know, some of you might know that when you get a little bit bigger, your joints really suffer. And so this is supposed to help us a little bit. Also gain some flexibility. I'm very inflexible right now. We're doing 5. Perfect. Ugh. I hate it when that happens. Okay. And then I feel like I'm fucking cleaning powder all damn day. Okay, Flexi Joints is done. And now we're doing 15 grams of collagen peptides. So this is just, you know, pure protein basically. $11, $12, $13, $15. There we go. And finally, we are doing, this is 1 little packet of macadamia nut paste. This is also made by Brian Johnson's company, Blueprint. And it's basically just macadamias. But yeah, this is basically just supposed to provide us with a little more fat. So let me just add a little bit more water to this. I hate it when you're doing the shake and bits of it get stuck to the sides. So. All right, let's do this. Okay. Come on, coming out. Okay, all right. Now that we have all our ingredients, we can blend it and then we'll take a look at the final numbers. Okay, and here it is in all its glory. Let's see. So this shake, with all the things that we just put in it, has 715 calories, 31 grams of carbs, 55 grams of protein, and 41 grams of fat. So we got a good ratio going. This is, pretty balanced. And we're making progress for our macros for the day. So again, it's a low carb day. So we're keeping our carbs fairly low, under 135 grams. And we got to get 157 grams of protein and 131 grams of fat in us. Okay, I'm gonna have this and then I will see you guys for lunch and see what we're having. Okay, it is time for lunch. Now, some of you might remember that a few days ago, we made some pasta sauce from scratch. Well, not technically from scratch, because I didn't want to go through like roasting the tomatoes and all that shit, but we bought some like healthy tomato sauce from Whole Foods and kind of made the rest of it, and that's what we've been having. I still have a bunch of it left, and it's probably going to go bad at some point if I don't keep eating it. So a couple of days ago, I was at this place near here that's called Mom's Organic Market, and it's like a super crunchy market that has like super healthy foods, I guess. And I found this very interesting pasta from a company called Jovi. And it's pasta that is made from cassava. Cassava is, I don't know if you also remember a couple of days ago, I was eating this Peruvian chicken and it had like fried yuca. And if you've never had fried yuca, fuck, you gotta get on that shit because it is so good. But anyway, so yuca is this sort of like root vegetable, kind of like a potato, I guess. Very different texture and flavor, but sort of in the same family. And they're making pasta out of it, which I thought it was delicious because it's a win-win for me. I love yuca and I love pasta. So I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but we're gonna try it today. So I got it, we're gonna cook it, we're gonna make it with our pasta sauce, and all it has is organic cassava flour and water. And it's got 4 servings in this container, where obviously I'm not gonna eat the whole thing, but a small portion of it. It's pretty high in carbs, as is expected. So yeah, let's make it and we'll see, how it tastes. This is supposed to be paleo friendly, no nuts, no legumes, no gums, no grains, no gluten. So, all right, we'll see it. Okay, we're starting with 200 grams of our pasta sauce. It smells mushroomy. Let's just get from the bottom. So 200 grams. Let's do this. That's 47. Ow, damn it. Spilled. 165. 200. Wow. 199. 200. Look at that. I guess the master is back. Okay. Then let me pull out the chicken. We'll add some chicken. So I froze the chicken that I had made. And so I'm gonna be taking little bits out at a time, just to make it a little easier and not waste any chicken. Okay, let's zero this baby out, little bits at a time. 27, and we're doing what? 100 grams. 54. There's got to be a better way to do this, but I don't know how to do it. 80. 93, 94. I believe this will get us over 99. Good enough. And put it back in the freezer. All right. Get one of these guys. Okay, so now we're gonna add 25 grams of the instant meal pasta bolognese from Huel, just to give it some consistency. It's only 25 grams. Let's see, 20, 25, 26. That is good enough. Oh, I gotta get a new scoop for these other guys. Hold on one second. We got 1:40 to go on the pasta over here. And we're doing 10 grams of each. Oh, we don't need it. We don't need the scoop. What am I doing? All over the place today. Fuck me. I'm a mess. 10 grams of this. 10, perfect. I spilled a bunch. And we're doing collagen peptides, 10 degrees. Apparently we're doing 12. Probably should start using the scoops for these guys too. Okay, let me finish the pasta, we'll weigh it, then we'll cook this, we'll cook everything, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so I did the calculations with the pasta already cooked, and I basically get 124 grams of cooked pasta. So that's what this looks like. Not much, again, not much, but you know, we'll see. So we're gonna cook this, add this, and then the last thing that we're adding after this is, 100 grams of mozzarella. So let me get all that going. I'll be back. We'll look at the numbers and then lunch is done. Okay. Okay, and here it is in all its glory. You can actually see a little more of the pasta today than some of the other times. Obviously, because there's a little bit more of it now, but looks pretty good. So let's take a look at the numbers while this cools off. All right. We have 68 grams of carbs, mostly coming from the cassava pasta, 70 grams of protein, and 56 grams of fat. And that basically brings our total for the day, as far as calories, 1,786. And we're doing 99 out of 135 in carbs, 125 out of 157, and 97 out of 131 for fat. So we still have about a quarter, a little under a quarter for protein and fat, about a quarter for carbs. This is gonna be pretty much it as far as food. I might have something a little bit small in a couple of hours, but it's about 1:32 p.m. and this is it. This should be pretty filling and kind of let us be for the rest of the day. Again, maybe at dinner time that I'm doing at like 5, I'll do maybe a couple bars or something just to fill that out. But overall, pretty good. Feeling good. Let's eat. Let's get to work. See you guys in a bit. Well, I ended up just kind of working through the rest of the day and I forgot to eat. And it's already kind of late. I don't really feel like eating. And again, I'm taking the advice of some of you had given me and where it's okay to skip a meal. I wouldn't say I'm super hungry, maybe a little bit, but probably more cravey than anything. See, the problem is that sometimes when it gets to this point, I just feel really cravey. And so at that point, I'd just rather say, fuck it, and just go to sleep. Ended up, so then only consuming Oh, I forgot to add the coffee. I did end up having a coffee, which is, I do take my coffee with sugar. So that's basically one more thing of carbs. So it's pretty good. This is what we ended up with. Most of it. We got like 4/5 of the way on all of these guys and ended up with 1,852 calories for the day. Pretty good. For some reason, I've been feeling like maybe I should, on top of getting the meeting the macros, like maybe keep the calories under a certain amount. I don't know. I feel like that's adding more shit. Already a somewhat complicated system. So we'll see. But this is it for today. We have another full day of eating. I was also thinking that maybe tomorrow I'll show you guys what I'm doing for exercise. I think that would be interesting to do. So yeah, tune in tomorrow and we'll do a bit of a workout together. All right, see you tomorrow.